so excited. Today, we have so many things to just razzle-dazzle you. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, first we're going to start out with some inspiration. Something, we finished our quilts from last month. I want to know how many of you finished your quilt? Oh my God, nobody raised their hand. Look what Teresa and I did. Oh, our beautiful circle of friends. This was last month's pattern, and I want you to go so close, Orion, and show them the beautiful quilting that Judy Jackson did. It is fantastic. Yes, okay, it is spectacular, isn't it? I know, Alan. And go in the center because it's really special in the center. Yeah, we got the 4-block done. And over here we got the bed runner done. And then the single block. And I think that was done with the 12 cube. Right, Teresa? Yes. Okay, Teresa has to come and help me. Hello. We didn't dress alike this morning. We forgot to call each other.
I needed to do stripes. I've been doing quilts with stripes.
Oh, stripes.
Your sweaters match.
Yes, yeah, our sweaters match. Good. Cool. Okay, that's the first thing. Last month's program, and now I can't wait to show you the quilt that came hot off the long arm sewing machine. You want to see it? Yes. Okay, this is a good one. And here it comes, and I want to hear ta-da! Ooh! Ah! I kept on telling Teresa, no, I don't like the colors. I don't like the colors. She said, you'll like it when it's done. Yes. Very pretty. And it took me 1 day to sew it. Yay! Oh, yeah. Amy said there's a top and a bottom. Amy did the quilting because there's little hearts across the lattice and the inside. This is actually the block that's called the Silent Star. Good job. And this is actually in the new book that we're working on. It's coming up. It's getting really close. Go outside the box. Go outside the box. We have a cover. We have so many of our photographs done. But this was done with the 6 cube. And because it's outside the box, it was a 6 cube, but the blocks are really 9 inches finished size. Isn't that cool? And it was just all scraps on our table. Are we excited about that? Yes. Whoa, that was very exciting. So I don't know if you actually got the picture, but you can go. We know what outside the box looks like now. Okay, that was the second thing, okay? Am I razzle-dazzling you? Yes. Good, you want another one? Yes. Cool. Okay, a little motivation. This is the kit that Teresa finished, and we just want to show you. Woo! Ah! Wow. This is the block from the signature quilt. Yep, Sally knows. This is also in outside the box. This is the signature block. It's from the corners, and I think we have that die. We'll show you. But anyhow, Teresa put a whole collection of fabrics that are all coordinated. That makes it easy, right? Yeah. And put it all together just with one background. And what's really fun is that this quilt is also in outside the box, but we thought you might want to get it done early. So we went and finished the pattern and put it inside the kit for you. Oh, isn't that nice? That's very, very nice. Isn't it beautiful? And that's it. That's it. It's just like it. It's just like it, and it's on the cover. You get the color photo and all of the cutting directions. Do you have the die? And now Teresa has the die. Oh, we need one more chair. Oh,
I think there is
right
one
there.
Right there.
This is good. We have a full house. Whoa, cool. Okay, so are you going to show the die?
Oh, I I tell you right now, and we wait for these quilts? Sure.
Okay, well, we'll just wait a minute then. When did you want to do it?
Whenever you want me to do it. They're right here.
Okay, so I just thought I would show you the die. This is the die right here. Are you working, Eric? Okay, this is the die right here. This is shape number 10. It's simple, right? Simple. So you just take a strip and just fold it in fours, and you cut 4 at one time. How cool is that? And I think Teresa even has a strip. She has half a strip, and the width is
20 or so, 20 or so, you know. Then
That's
you
the
fold
length.
it.
Okay, what's the width?
5.5.
5.5. Okay, fold it and
You fold it, then fold it again, and just put it in your die,
so you guys that have never done this, you're gonna see it.
and then turn your machine on.
That's good. This is the Go Big. I am all for the Go Big.
And then your background is a 4 inches. Cut your strip in half. This time you fold it in half, then in thirds for 6 layers. Okay? And that's your background, and that's it. Put it in your die.
Okay. And see, when you have the Go Big, you can do 2 dies.
But now I
the
have
same
to
time.
move your stuff there.
Okay.
And that's it.
Move my stuff. And push it through, and stand and dance while it goes. Do 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 do. I know, not enough time to get a cup of coffee. Okay, remember to slide it, do a little spinning and slide it. Okay,
And then
take your
and don't
scrub.
forget you have your little
Yes.
scissors in case you need them.
Oh, scissors, I need it. Okay, this is cool.
Okay.
So you can just go ahead and trim your little scraps away. That's okay. You can get
that
rid
one,
of,
that's what
that's
we did.
okay. Get rid of the back one. It's okay. Get rid of the background.
That one I will.
Okay, and this is shape 2 of your half square triangles. Okay, now this one. Okay, this is the signature. Is that beautiful? I love that. That's really cool. Okay. Okay.
As soon as
and don't you get rid of that. No.
She always wants me to say these things, so finally one time I gave it to her, them all. Here, Elle, take them.
She did.
I did.
And
I
you
said,
know what?
And she did. You wait and see what she did.
She gave them all to me. She gave me all these little leftover corners, right? I do have a whole fabric store here. When I ask the managers if I can have a piece of fabric, some yardage, they say, Elle, you already own all of it. What do you want? But I like this stuff because it makes me feel really good that I did something with it. So what I did is I took these little triangles and I did take shape 2, but I used smaller ones. This one is 6 inch. I said it's shape 5. Cut, retake, shape 5. See how it fits on there? Whoa, here, Eric, can you get? It fits right on there. Is that cool? Yeah, or you could do cube 8 because it will also fit on there. Oh, and not only, Teresa did not tell you that she made a mistake cutting lots of background triangles. And I
cut twice as much.
She cut twice as much. So I had a whole box of these, so I cut these all back to match. Okay, so now I had these cool half square triangles all left over in a box. Unorganized. Are you excited? Yeah. That's how we got this. Roll the drums because it's coming.
So do you want me to cut it? Because I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I just want to show them.
Oh, yeah, you just want to
I had such
show
a great lead up there.
And then since you finish it, then all you do, and the pattern is telling you in the kit, you press half towards your background and halves to your dark. And I just put it 2 colors so you could see it. And then everything is going to lock when you put your blocks together. You know, if you put it here and then you know it is not locking, all you have to do is do a turn. And the whole quilt locked together for you.
And I'm going to show them up close.
Okay.
While we show Eric how it's swirling in the center, so every single seam locks together. That's our cool thing. Okay, so we showed everything that cool that you did.
All right.
And now it's time for the Pinwheels. Is that cute? Thank you for clapping.
That was all her leftovers
It
from
was
my
all
quilt.
the leftovers. It's all of those little corners that Teresa cut off. Well, first I did them straight, and people say, well, how big did you make it? I made it as big as I could until I couldn't stand making any more pinwheels. That is the truth. And then I said, okay, this is good enough. So these were all straight, very easy. They all locked together, just a simple border around the outside. Ooh, and I loved flannel. I did flannel on the back. It is so cozy. And if you do a pattern like this, you can actually get cheaper long arm quilting. You just say go edge to edge. No fancy stuff. Okay, I'm going to hold this one because this is my favorite one. And this was with the Accuquilt and their 4-inch blocks. And then I went back in my box and there were just some puny little scraps left. And I cut those with the 6-cube. Ta-da! And let me tell you, my box is empty. Isn't it cute? And this one I set on point. I set it on point. And if you look on your back page of your pattern, you actually see the measurements for the side and corner triangles. Is that fun? So I just really wanted to show you the pinwheel. Every month I've been telling you I'm cutting up the scraps and putting them together. Are you impressed? Yes. I am too. I get to take it to the bucket list and show that I finished something this month. Okay. So, one more razzle dazzle. You ready? Okay, it's a good thing Teresa stacked it all up so I remember. I actually wrote notes for what I was supposed to do today. Did I tell you that? Okay, so we got a new die in. It's a really cool die. And we did this for the men. Yay. Right? Yay! No frilly, silly little stuff. So it's called Under the Sea? Yep. Under the Sea? Sure. Under the Sea. It's good for boys or men or surfers. Perfect for Southern California, right? It started, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so. It's good for ladies too. Yes. Got to be careful what you say these days. Men or women can enjoy this. There, I straightened myself out. I have redeemed myself, right? Okay, but anyhow, this quilt really started with the fabric in this pattern, and see if you remember the name of this pattern. Yeah, it's like bear paw, but it's a little different. So it's bear claw. No. Bear tracks. Bear tracks. It doesn't have the lattice in between, but anyhow, Teresa went and she took that new die, and in a jiffy she transformed the whole top. And she did this just in the top stage. And then Amy quilted it. Amy quilted it. And she went around the outside edge of all of the little sea animals while she was quilting, while she was long arm quilting. Oh, wow. Okay, look at the back. It's the water. It's the ocean. Is that cool? Okay, so Teresa prepared all of the pieces for the die. It's really cool. This is what it looks like. And what we noticed on this cover sheet is that they actually put sizes right beside each piece. And all Teresa did was cut a piece a half-inch larger than the pieces that Accuquilt specified. That made it really easy for us to get all those different pieces cut. We could rough cut. And then she took a paperback fusible web and fused it on the back of each of the shapes. Okay? Ta-da! Eric's just like switching so much. Good job. Okay, so every piece has its paperback fusible, and now just cover it with the mat. So it's like 2 layers. You can go up to 6, but she's just got 2 layers. Cover the mat. Ta-da! And just push it through, and just in case you don't know what Bear Tracks looks like, here it is. What are you shooting pictures of, Joanne? Because you want to... Oh!
Quilting on that.
I know, isn't the quilting great? See, Sally is still thinking about the first quilt. We're on the 4th one already. But anyhow, this is Bear Tracks. It's all printed and ready for you to purchase if you weren't here. It's got Accuquilt and rotary cut. Chris asked if the paperback fusible would dull the Accuquilt blade, and no, it's completely acceptable. You should see what else I did. You're going to see that later. But no. Okay, so look how pretty. Okay, I'm sorry. Whoop. Let me give you that. Is that cute? Very, very cute.
And we will only cut it this way with all those curves.
So wouldn't this be cool? You could put it on a solid square now and you have the reverse. Yeah, don't waste anything, right? Ask me. That's really cool. Here, Alan, did you want this? Thank you. Thank you. I knew you'd like that. So now the paper is on the back, and so all you do is just run your nail. I just run my nail along on it, and then it loosens the paper. It loosens the paper. It loosens the paper. I know. I got it. And then when you peel it, the glue is already on the back, so you just fuse it in place. Follow manufacturer's directions. No steam. And put it down. Cute?
Yeah.
Okay, that was 4 things, and I think, you excited? Yes. We've been busy. And now we come to what we really gathered together for. Woo! We have some baby things. Baby things. Ooh, are there any babies? Babies! Babies! We don't have any babies. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. We got babies. We have cute babies. Oh, let's see. See if you can guess who this is. Is that cute? It is Orion. It is Orion. It is Orion. He's just so cute. And then we have, guess who this one is?
That's Eleanor.
Who is it? No, it's me and my mother. I love this picture. Yeah, we just look so happy. I really treasure it. And then we have this one. Who's this baby? Woohoo! Look how cute.
Brenda.
It's Brenda. How?
Still looks like Brenda.
Huh?
Still look like that.
Sweet. Wasn't it fun when we were a baby? Oh, look at this one. This is really cute. Not such a baby, but little. What, about 2, 3 years old? Who's this little guy? Huh?
Yeah.
It's Alan. Alan, raise your hand so they know Alan. Is that cute? Oh. Okay, I'm going to put the little baby here. Ah, look how cute this one is. Is that sweet?
No.
No, it's not Grant. Somebody in the class. It's not Tony. It's
Yes.
Brian. I know. The problem is Brian didn't have any facial hair then. Brian had a little facial hair. Maybe we'd all know him, huh? This is adorable. Okay, well, 2 more. Okay, and so look at this one. This is this little guy. He's already got his iron in his hand. Is that cute?
But look what I'm holding.
Yeah, his iron. It's Tony. He's got an iron. He's already started quilting. Is that cute? Okay. And do you have a baby, Teresa?
I certainly do have a grandbaby. That's Oliver
Oliver.
from Grandma.
Grandma made the little quilt. And guess what Oliver is wearing? A bib. It's just a little thing. It's just for dribbles. It's just for dribbles. And we lead right into, would you like to see how to make a little bib? These are the 2 new dies from Accuquilt. And they are really fun. We just said, oh my goodness, look at this. It's so easy. Let me see where I can put this under. Here, I'll just put it right there in the little cubby. How's that? Okay, so this is the first die that we want to show you. This is the bib, right there like that. And the die number, does it say on it?
55864.
55864. And we were thinking, okay, this is really good for a baby, but what about me? I have to just tuck a napkin in right here. Look, they could have made an adult-sized bib. Don't you think? We need to suggest that. Okay, that's the little bib. And the second die that they did at the same time is the burp cloth. The burp cloth. And we're going, oh my gosh. And I started thinking, well, what if you worked for a bazaar sale? And you had to make something really fast and inexpensive? Just think how you could just knock these out. Or if you want to do Christmas presents or something like that, but we have ideas. You can adapt them. You like that? We're going to adapt them. Ah, okay. And Merritt brought it, he was working on a little sheet.
It is
On the back table?
Yes, on the back table.
Okay, so, yeah, you can just pass them out. I said, Eric said there's 60 people in the room. I just asked him to do 30. Thank you for coming. So he did. They're just little, each of the patterns has a little bit of instruction on it, but then we came up with our own ideas. And so first we're going to start with the bib, right? Get the bib. Here, this is what they look like. So when you get the pattern, this is the bib. And when you look on the back, there's instructions that tell you. Kind of, they're simple and easy, but really the bib is simple and easy. But right there, out of 1 piece of fabric, if you take 3/8 of a yard, I believe, 3/8 of a yard, you can actually get 4 bibs. Yeah, and we have the coolest flannel here. Whoa, really nice flannel. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in here. And if you take your sheet, okay, it's 3/8 of a yard, it says right on top. And you're going to just cut this. So you could go up to 6 layers, but look at this. If you take just half of it and you press 2 different colors, right sides together. Is that cute? And then just fold it. I'm going to have 2 bibs right here. And what I see, I want to teach the children how to read really early so Grandma doesn't have to do it later. But it is directional, so it would be really smart to have the words at the top, right? Very, very smart, and it's easy to do. But anyhow, when you have 2,
If you turn it upside down, he could read it.
Sandy said if you turn it upside down, he could read it. That's better. That's really better. So I'm going to put it on the die with the words up at the top and just center it on there. You have the salvage.
Upside down.
I do? Oops, I can't read.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's mirror
backwards now. And it's hard. Okay, the salvage goes along this edge. And so the width of it is, this is,
It's the stretchy part.
right, but what's this measurement here?
Oh, for that one is 9.
9, and the
And
length is
14.
14. 9 by 14. And so we're just going to slide it over so we line up the edges. Okay, make sure we're covered at the top and the bottom. Okay, and so now you just put a mat on top and send it through. I like the ones with the words. You can tell I'm a teacher. It's scary whenever people ask me if I'm a teacher without me telling them. What is it about me? They still love it. And a little check. And so what's interesting about this is when you layer cut them, you're actually going to have, okay, a left and a right. Okay, this slide it off so we don't mess it up. And look how cute it is. You've got that little thing. And with this flannel, you need to have a little pair of scissors handy. Okay, and I'm going to push this over to you. You have the scissors. But what happens is that when you layer cut them right sides together, you'll have one bib that you fasten on the left side, and the other bib will fasten at the right side. So you have to figure out what you want to do. And we just use a little bit of Velcro. And look how cute that is. Woo!
They're reversible, so they can go either way.
Yeah, they can. Doesn't matter. They don't know left and right yet anyways, right? Okay, so I'm just going to actually, we're going to set that down because we're going to cut the other one because then we have to move our table. Okay? Want to see the Burp Pad? Okay.
Oh, are you talking about this
Yes.
one?
Okay, so this is the Burp Pad, just like this. Is that cute? And you could do, no, Alan, this should not be reversible. If it gets dirty on one side, you're not going to want to reverse it. This is a one-way, right? And I love it in flannel because just think when the little babies put their head right here and it feels so soft. But that's all it is. Really, really cute. But since my grandchildren are all past Burp Pad stages, what I decided to do was take the same shape and put some Insulbrite in it. And now I have some new pot holders. Yeah? Is that cute? Yes. Nice, nice. Okay, so is that cute? And what if you're just a quilter and you want to have a little armchair pocket? So you just put little pockets the same. It just depends. This one has nothing in it. The other one has Insulbrite, but the pockets are the same, so you can have it on the armchair. Put your thread, put your needles, your little scissors, whatever. and just hang it over. And if you want, you could do a little seam so it has for rotary cutters, something sticking out. Cool? Is that good? Okay, don't show anything else.
Okay.
Well, hold on to it
Okay.
because I'm going to go back to the sewing machine. Finally! Was that good? We're going to sew.
So I'm gonna cut this one right now before we do
Oh, I'm
this.
sorry.
That's okay.
Oops, I forgot to read my notes. It said, before you go to the sewing machine, show them how to layer and cut. That's right. Okay, so this is what we did. This is what we have. Oh, it's scary. So you have the two pieces. Let me see. How about if I go back here? Here are the two pieces of fabric, and it tells you what size these pieces are in your paper. Go on the back side. What size are these pieces?
You can take it both out so
Yeah.
you can see it.
And it is 9 by 18,
19
10 by
and a half.
18, 10 by
And a half.
10 by 19. I need to look at my paper. Okay, and so we put one in the bottom, and these are the pockets, and they were a whole rectangle. The measurement is there, and it's just folded in half. Okay, folded in half. So you line up the raw edges on both ends. Okay, and now the second piece is going to go right sides together to it. Sounds amazing, huh? Oh my gosh, I wanted to have more hot pads. So I put Insulbright the same size on the bottom. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Okay. I hope Accuquilt's not watching. Okay, so get it all lined up on that big old die. Whoop. Okay. And then put the mat on. This sounds pretty good though, doesn't it? I know. Well, it's probably going to shiver and shake, but let's just get it going in there. Doing good. Huh? There was just one spot that it just didn't seem to go right, and I think it's that spot. So we'll see if just putting my little pressure on it helps. Okay. Yay! Woohoo! That was pretty impressive, don't you think? I know, I thought it was really impressive. Okay, so now we're just gonna give a little pressure, spin it off. Okay, and now, whoop, this is doing good. A couple of threads, but it went the whole way through, huh? And this is right here. Okay, so Teresa, what I'm gonna let you do is just cut these little threads, and I'm gonna go sew on the bib. How's that? Cool. All right, actually I did sew on the bib already, but this is so fun. Look, I get treats here. I got some little biscuits. Is that fun? And this is really hysterical. Oh, some sweet potato, apple, carrot. Oh, and I think it says cinnamon on the bottom. With cinnamon. Lunch. Lunch. Doesn't that sound fun? But aren't you curious about these? Want to share them with me? Okay, so we're just going to open this whole package and pass them around. Okay, I've got it. Okay, I'll move my little baby food aside. Okay, when you do the bib, you should use a seam less than a quarter. And that was the hardest thing for me, to adjust my seam allowance, and I didn't use red thread, but it's more like an 1/8. And what I found out when I was sewing around the bib, let me take this off. I put my sew straight on my sewing machine, and this is the needle position, and that's the 1/4 of an inch. And I found out if I just ran it right along in the middle of it. Okay, first of all, this is my my little neck opening, and we have to turn this right side out. That's scary, huh? This is the worst part. Scary. So what I did is started right here, and I'm going to end about 2 to 3 inches away from it so that I can just get right up in there and turn it right side out. Okay, so I have my sew straight, and I'm just going to drop my needle, and if you look, usually the 1/4 inch seam is right here. I'm going to go right down through the middle where the needle line and the 1/4 inch line is. And then it'll be 1/8 of an inch. And that worked really good for me. And also on my foot, there's like a little edge right here that I have the raw edge right up against this, which is less. And I found out when you start going around the corner, that's the hardest part. And then I started, okay, well, I'm just going to really watch this little part on my foot to go around there. Can you see that? Okay, so you go the whole way around, and as I said, you stop on the other side, leaving at least a 2-inch opening to a 3-inch opening. Okay, good? And I did it already. Yes, because we're about to turn this. That's the scary part. Do I have tools? Do you have the tools ready? Okay, so right here it is. Here is the opening on the side. Whoa, is that 2 inches? I don't think so. Ooh, I think I better open a little bit more, don't you think? Okay, I have to take off my glasses. I remember I was doing this last night before everybody went home, and I didn't get it done. Okay, so I'm making it a little bit bigger so that I can turn this. Doo-doo. That's better, right? Yes. Okay, put my glasses on. So I struggle with all of this. And so the one thing that I found was probably the best. Do you have your tool ready? Okay, get your tool ready. You can do all kinds of things. You didn't?
No.
Oh no, I told them they couldn't wait.
Wire that my mom taught me how to. She just made me a wire with a hanger.
Hanger.
And I was doing it at the other day, and she said, "So Teresa, what are we gonna sell?" And I said, "I don't know."
She said, we can't sell a hanger.
Okay, wire.
We did a couple of different things. The instructions say, oh, a hemostat. But we found out just the eraser with the pencil, I just tucked it in a little bit to get it started, and then you have to like pull the fabric over the pencil and just kind of keep it going like this. See, I'm just pushing it along there. Yeah? Okay, the hemostat you take from the inside. You push it on the inside and grab hold of it. But look, it's coming out. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how many times I just give this stuff to Teresa. But that works pretty good. Yeah, and so this is the hardest part. And now just with your 2-inch opening, you can just kind of tuck it out. This is good. Okay, well, she went running for her tools, I think, because I told her, everybody has their favorite tool, right? So she handed me her tools, and no. I like the bodkin. The ballpoint bodkin is my favorite now. See, we've got to get this all smoothed out, so you're just going to take and go in through the hole, if I can find it. Let me pull it out here. And this is just to run around the edge. Okay, where is it? Oh, the other side. You guys can see it and I can't. Okay, watch. See, doesn't that work good? The ballpoint bodkin. And I personally like just to run this around the edge. It's called a ballpoint bodkin. And it's actually, the best use for it is whenever you lose your elastic in your sweatpants. Then you can put a pin on this end and the other end of the pin on the elastic and just push it through. I did it with Ellie when she lost her elastic. She's quite excited. She said, oh, Grandma, that works really good. Okay, so see, okay, and do you have one of your favorite tools, Teresa?
My favorite tools?
Uh-huh.
Well, I like groups. This is what I really like, these two things.
Okay, talk loud. Remember, you're on TV. Okay.
I really like
So,
this.
do you want to take those now?
Sure.
Okay, and you can
Did
describe.
you clipped? Did you
Oh, no. Okay, I did not clip because I
like to-
used a 1/8 inch seam. If you screw up like I did on the first one and use a 1/4 inch, clip about every inch.
Every 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. See?
Oh, you did a lot more than me.
Yeah,
That's
especially
figures.
when it's a really, really sharp curve. Then when you turn it, it really lays flat. You don't have to fuss with it, you know. And my favorite, the cheat. Did you already tell her about the opening?
Yeah, no, I'm going to, this is the
Okay.
$1 million
Okay.
tip.
Why don't
And
you
this
do
is from Teresa. Okay, so actually, I was going to work a little bit more. So we really want to lay the outside edge down, right? And I'm just going to keep working with my bodkin. See, I thought that's what you're going to do. We didn't rehearse this. Okay, so give me your pressing tool. Okay, this is one of the pressing tools. Got it pretty well out, so you can use this to press down the outside edge and just get it nice and flat. Okay, so roll the drums. The opening. How many of you hate to do the opening? I know, me too. See this opening? How do you get this shut? Okay, so I'm going back to the opening, and I am just going to actually stay stitch that same seam that I just sewed. And I'm doing it with my red thread. I am only doing it as close as I can get to the ends. Okay, on one side. So I'm just going to cut the threads, and then I'm just going to flip it over and do it on the same, in the same opening on the opposite side. So you have to stay stitch both. Okay, so Teresa, how you do it before you turn it?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
But it works.
Okay, you can show them. Do you have it on yours?
I already finished it.
Ah, okay. I stay stitched on both sides. Okay, so now I'm just going to use that thread to turn it under. And that really helps. See how you just, did you see that? Yes. And now you can just take your fingernail and crease it. And you want to do that on both sides. Okay, just turn it under on the thread, whatever your seam allowance was, so that it all lines up. Okay, and then once you have it all turned, both of those edges turned under, then you can pin it and top stitch the whole way around, catching the opening at the same time. And then you don't have to do that 4-letter H word. Whoa, cool. Okay, so that's very pretty. So
The
you
top
can,
stitch.
yeah, can you show show it to Eric so he can, where it's at. Point to it.
All right. About 1/8 of an inch to 1/4. I like for them to catch my seam inside, so it really presses it down, you know. And then we just do the Velcro right in the corner. And that's it.
And at this point, I usually put a couple of pins in too. Match up the edges and put pins in so it really is turned under. And then you can get any of those cool applique pieces if you want. The ocean pieces, stars, there's owls, there's just so many different Accuquilt dies that you can do the lightweight or the paperback fusible and fuse it right in the center and stitch it down. How's that? That's good, it's adorable. Oh my goodness, we forgot the Velcro. Whoops. Okay, so Velcro, just need about an inch right here. There's the Velcro. And you just take the 2 pieces of Velcro, separate it. This one on one side, you can literally take it. Oh, was there liquid in that?
Yeah, she's gonna go get the paper.
Oh, there was liquid in the noise. That's cool. Okay, so you can machine stitch around the outside edge of the Velcro. So it stays down, one part on one side. Here's the second part right here. Just stay stitch around it and then it goes so easy. Remember we had to take those little strings, little bias tape strings and tie them around their neck and they were always fighting you and everything. So it's just really adorable. And you can flip it over if you want, as long as it's clean on both sides. Is that cute? Okay, and I really like this one with my words. They're right side up and the little check on the back. Cute, cute. All right, so now we have the other project. And what I meant to do, Teresa, was ask you to pin us together.
Oh, you want me to pin it?
Well, I have some pins here. Here. Okay, so let's just get this. And it's thick. It's really thick. And so I think that you should pin the layers right sides together. And then make some adjustment on your sewing machine. Lengthen your stitch. I usually sew at 2.0. Lengthen it to 3.0. And in addition, if you can lighten the pressure on your presser foot. That's the pressure on your foot. On my baby lock, it's usually at 3. I lighten it to 1. And that way you can go through all of this thickness as you're sewing around it. When you start sewing, I'd like to leave the opening. You want to leave the opening right here in the middle. Because remember, you've got your pockets on either side. So you want to leave this open right here. And it's thick. You want to leave about 4 to 5 inches open. 4 to 5 inches. And I just gave you that little guide sheet. Just some simple things that I found out. And I found out right now, okay, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to start right here. So I found out that this is so thick that I like to have my stiletto just before. See, I'm actually sewing with my foot, but I found out that if I have my stiletto, pressing the fabric down before I go over it, it's a lot better. And so I'm going through all layers. We cut all layers. We're going through all layers. Sounds good, huh? Okay, did I forget anything? Okay, Teresa, you have some other some burp pads. You want to show them under the camera? Let Eric see everything that you have. So we got all kinds of different ideas, and I think we challenge you. Figure out what you can do with it.
You see on this one, they it's the same as hot pad, but they decorated it a little bit nicer with a little like a little finishing right there, binding or so on. And this is the same thing. You can do applique right in the middle, and you can use it for any in your arm and your chair, even in a wheelchair. If people has just a few things to carry, they can do that. And I think this is one of my favorite, actually. This is the doggy thing. It's just like so cute, the fabric. And not only that, see, or your kitty, if you have a kitty, you can just put the little fabrics there.
Is
I
that
think that's so
cute?
cute. So you can do so many things with it. Yeah.
So Eric has his dog in the control room, and he's always looking for
so
treats.
cute.
And I said, oh, we could put water in it, little treat, and for Colt. And she goes, no, you might make it dirty. Okay. So I went the whole way around. I went a little bit more than I wanted to. I learned from experience. We'll tell you one thing. If you have a lock stitch, so you don't like rip open the hole, if you do the lock stitch at the beginning and the end, that will make it more secure. But now I didn't lock on the beginning. It's a good thing because I'm going to take out a couple of stitches. How big did I say leave this open? 5 inches. I learned from experience. Okay, so this is the thing. You've got to make it big enough so you can get your hand in there, right? There's no tools that I can really think of work. So you're just going to reach in, grab, pull out, do. This is the fun part. What do you think about how fast we cut it and how fast we sewed it? And just imagine if you had to give a gift to everybody in your quilt guild, then you could make these really cute pot holders. Okay, just poke it out with your hands. Ooh. Or use the insulation fabric for a pot holder if you want to do a little quilter's pocket. You don't have to put anything in it, or you could put just like a layer of warm and natural thin batting. What do you think? Nice. Is that cool? I know. It's cute, isn't it? And so then whenever you've got it, it's great for grabbing a pot or something like that. And use that $1 million suggestion. Use a 1/4 inch seam on your opening, stay stitch your 2 sides, pin them in. And I just decided to stitch just this part down. It seemed pretty thick here in the outside edge to go the whole way around. But it lays really nice just whenever you poke it out. So what do you think? Some cool ideas. So I'm really glad. Now I can't wait to go to the bazaar and see how many bibs you make and how many pot holders and quilter's pockets and doggy pads. Thank you. Was that fun?